Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about having the Sun in Libra and an Aquarius Ascendant in a natal chart. Now, the Sun in Libra and Aquarius Ascendant, okay, these signs are compatible. They are trine by sign. They're both air signs. They're both masculine, which signifies extroversion, and they're both sociable. They both often have good ability to communicate, very communicative, can be very verbose, very articulate. They can have very good speaking abilities, intellectual capacity. And the thing about this is you could have this Libra Sun their social side come out and can really come forth perhaps in Aquarius like manner, but such as maybe in coming out through maybe humanitarian uh, type efforts. It can be, you have to keep in mind that the ascendant in a lot of cases, can suppress the energy to some degree of that sun sign. And when you have the Aquarius ascendant, even though it's sociable, it might be seen as a little more detached than Libra. Libra is often relationships can figure prominently in the Sun in Libra's life scheme. However, when you have the Aquarius ascendant, can make friendships easily and readily, or but not always ones that are real deep. So this could be a person that may see have relationships and have people meet a lot of people and get acquainted with a lot of people, but maybe they might know them a lot of people somewhat superficially, or they don't allow a lot of those people to get exactly super close to him or her, because the Aquarius detachment is there. They're kind of like the universal friend syndrome, but they might have a few strong attachments, but often not many. Now, when you look at the sun and the ascendant, the sun sign represents our basic ones, and the rising sign or ascendant can represent the manner or method in which one attains these basic wants. So you look at the sun in Libra, the basic wants can be connected with partnerships, relationships, things connected with equality, justice, having peace. Libras want peace and harmony, and this could be inner peace as well. And this could indicate perhaps through by maybe forming their friendships, forming relationships, partnerships. This might be done perhaps in an unorthodox way, considering Aquarius rises in this example, and they may go about the basic wants in general for Libra somewhat in an unorthodox manner compared to the average, at least compared to other ascendants on average. And this this also could indicate that maybe this person, like as far as relationships go, they might find since about being finding relationships in an unorthodox or unconventional manner. This person, in some isolated cases, might be interested, like say, in a proxy marriage. That's like an internet marriage, but I don't believe they're legally binding. You'd have to look into that, but I don't think that's an actual, true, validated official marriage. This inner peace could be found, perhaps. This peace in mind might be found through an Aquarian like occupation, such as something connected with computers, electronics. It could be anything from like a DVD repair, or something, or satellite repair, something connected with electronics or computers one way or another, information technology, perhaps through an esoteric subject such as astrology. It could be through something like aerospace, or some kind of or innovation in inventing, because Aquarius rising can be in many cases can be very progressive and very innovative and ingenious, and they might put their spin on things, so to speak. And even if it's something where they have a certain regular day-to-day 9 to 5 type job, they often have their own little thing that kind of leaves their trademark on it, so to speak. Now, it's also important uh, to look at the aspect that is made, if any, between the Sun in Libra and the Aquarius Ascendant, as this could show how these energies may integrate now, or whether they do strongly or not. Now, in many cases, you'll have a trine aspect. And for example, let's say someone has a Libra Sun at 24 degrees and they have an Aquarius Ascendant at 21 degrees. Well, that would form a trine aspect. The sign's already trine by sign, but if you have it in aspect as well, this would actually accentuate this, and it would make these qualities integrate very well, and it's very auspicious and positive. And let's say, however, you could have an out of sign inconjunct aspect take place. Let's say the Libra Sun is 1 degree and the Aquarian Ascendant is 29 degrees. That would form an out of sign inconjunct aspect. And that could indicate, well, even if the person is not cognizant of their astrological placements, they might have this feeling of being perhaps misconstrued or misunderstood by others, because what they feel, what they're projecting through their outer demeanor, may be strongly different than what is going on inside, and it could cause some inner exasperation and tension because of this. And also, it is an adverse aspect. Now, you could also have an out of sign square aspect take place. Let's say the Libra Sun is 28 degrees and the Aquarius Ascendant is 2 degrees. This could be an out of sign square. This is an out of sign square aspect in this example. And it's, of course, being adverse, it's adversarial. Now, you'd still have the compatibility by the sign, so that does help it. However, it's still a square aspect, and you could have the feelings what I told you about before with the inconjunct aspect, as far as feeling misconstrued, maybe misunderstood by others, and having those feelings perhaps of having some inner exasperation and tension because of this. Now, also look and see what house the Sun in Libra is posited in, because even though the Aquarius Ascendant may suppress this Libra energy to some degree, the Libra energy may still come out prominently to some point in that house that it is in. Now, let's say the Sun in Libra is in the 7th house. Well, this would accentuate and emphasize the Libra energy even more, because not only is it an angular house, but it is in the house that corresponds with the sign Libra. And this person might show that charm, that diplomatic, that way, that real wanting to appease others in as far as their relationships and partnerships go. Now, let's say that the Sun in Libra is posited in the 8th house. Well, this person might show these Libra qualities and that energy perhaps in their sexual relationships. It could be just that fairness, that balance, that wanting to be equitable, perhaps in matters connected with wills, inheritances, matters with death in general. Now, if it's Sun in Libra is posited in the 9th house, you may see this Libra energy come out strongly in matters connected with philosophy, with religion, with higher education. And this could be the area where that person feels compelled, or feels that need to shine, perhaps, and show that. It might show that in-law, if the person has in-laws, if applicable, might show that charming, diplomatic, and very strongly refined Libra side in those matters as well. Well, anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for having the Sun in Libra and an Aquarius Ascendant in a natal chart. And stay tuned next time, where I'll be dissertating and talking about having the Sun in Libra and a Pisces Ascendant in a natal chart. 2 things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.